Hello and welcome, as it is the 10th day of November 2020. And throughout the whole day, I've been just thinking about mathematics and numbers and just thinking, how possible is it even possible for the mathematical numbers of what was a vote in the United States to be in such where, well, the first little bit had 1.6, basically a 56 to 42 ratio. And then pretty much around the same amount of votes after that, a little under 3. It was flip-flopped in percentage, like 56 to 42 for Biden over Trump. That to me just doesn't make sense, that if you were to take 6 million sample size units and you take the first half randomly, or if you were to take it, it would have, I think, no chance even for the highest one to be even over 53, 52, 53. I mean, even 52 seems a little odd. So I wrote a computer program. This one is very slow, but I think I wrote another one I haven't ran it yet. That's going to be much faster and better for just more numbers. As this is written, I got num as a variable code, and in the box, the numbers, that's going to be 1, 2, I think it's 1,000, and then it just goes from 1 to 2. So it's going to work out that there is exactly that of 500 of these that equal 1 and 500 of them that equal 2. So what I want to put to the test is I want to take 500 of these numbers, and how many of them will be on one side. So as I'm writing the computer program, I know this will be just whatever for some people. Some people this will be obvious, and this might help some others as well as far as learning how to computer program basic language. The next step will be via that of a spreadsheet, because again, this is very slow. And maybe you could say, oh my goodness, this is the way you did it. This is why it's so slow. And I mean, this computer is running a lot of code, even though this is all the code there is. Even just from here to here is a lot. But anyways, count equals 1,000, because there's 1,000 numbers, and that's going to start reducing. AA, that's going to be vote counts. I'm going to just want to tally up how many the first one and second one gets. Text window clear, that's just to clear the screen size. And then it equals, for the loop equals 1 to 500. So what I want to do is I want to take the first half of 500. Text window clear and text window write the loop. Well, it's so slow. I just want to see. I mean, this just gives me a counter of like how long it takes to get to 500. And then get this one equals math.get random number on the count. So however many numbers are left, starting with 1,000, I want you to take one of those random numbers. That's what the job there is to do. If num get this one, so if this one here, whatever one is it, so whichever this number here, if it equals 1, then AA gets the vote. If not, then BB would get the vote. And then AA equals AA plus 1, and the BB equals BB. But I have to switch this up so that 980 becomes 979. And I mean, the only quick way that my monkey brain, and I really want to emphasize monkey brain on this one, can do it is this formula here. For flip switch equals get this one to count. So say it's got a random number of, say, 250. Then it's going to take all the numbers from 250 to 1,000 and then replace them. So num flip switch equals num flip switch plus 1, meaning, say if it's 250, that means 251 becomes 250. And 252 becomes 251, and that's really all that does. It subtracts these numbers by 1 each. And then I subtract the count by 1, so that it's going to go from 1,000 to 999, 998, and so on and so forth. And then when the 500 is done, text window clear the screen, and then I was going to write down how many the first got and how many the second got. So basically I'm going to run this and then have to figure out some sort of commentary, because this is going to be so slow. And there's our count there as it's up to 29 and going higher and higher. Yeah, these numbers should be like literally if you were to take 6 million, and after 3 million are taken, if there's like 3 million have been chosen, like 3 million of the 6 million votes would have been calculated. The likelihood when we know the final results are all pretty much 50-50 for the most part, which the calculated numbers on Pennsylvania are, well then it's got almost no chance to me of being over 52%. Now I understand there could be situations that, well, based on how the votes are calculated, the later half and might have persuaded one side or another. An example is east side, west side, north side. Maybe you count east first and west late. And maybe the west side is more Democratic and Republican. I understand that that could be part of the feature, but not necessarily. Time zone technicalities, that shouldn't mean anything. And then mail-in votes. Well, a lot of the mail-in votes should have already been counted at those points. So I really, and then the 56% number, that is just so high. So here, what do we got here for a score? It's only the second time I ran it. Last time it was like 52%, 238 to 262. So that's like 53%. And this is a smaller sample size of numbers that I'm dealing with. The smaller you are, the more likely it would be to hit a 56% number as well. So instead, I'm going to do this on a spreadsheet. And this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to run this multiple times. So I'm going to show you how I did it. Column A is just going to have ones and twos, and column B equals ran between and a whole bunch of numbers. I got 1, 2, 3, a whole bunch of 4s, a whole bunch of 5s, just so that none of these numbers are hopefully the same. And even if they are, it's not going to make much. It actually would make a difference, but they're not going to be the same. At least there shouldn't be. And if there's just one the same, but no big deal. All righty then. So what I got on here is I got 100. Well, I guess I don't need too many. I need 10,000. I got 10,000 rows in here that I'm looking at doing. And what I've done is I'm going to sort column B by its, and I won't do this yet, but soon, by its number, and thus sort it with this. And then those 2s and 1s will just spread off. And I just want to delete all these numbers below because I don't need them below this. So what I want to do with this then is I want to run a lot of different tests on it. So let's just go like this and copy and paste this over here. And I'm going to show you what I want to do. I want to take off on this one. I don't know if I need to or not, though. I hope I don't need to because it'd be a lot faster, but I will do the paste special here. There we have it. Then what I want to do is I want to do a data and a sort. And I want to sort it by column B. It doesn't matter if it's ascending or descending. And now we can see how these 1 and 2s are just going to be in these random spots now, because you can see, and based on these numbers, you can see why two numbers are now not going to be identical. We go from 287 to 2,800 to 73,000. I mean, the fact that 103 and 113, 10,000 off are that close, yeah. So then I could just count how many 1s there are in the first half. That's really going to be how it goes. So I'm just going to test to see if I can sort it without any of the, before I do that, I just want to do another copy and paste on the thing without having to do a paste special. But for now, I'm doing this, just have another one to do. If we sort E, what will happen? Yeah, that worked. Okay. Well then, if that's the case, let's get a whole bunch of samples. So I'm going to take this, I'm just going to copy and paste this relatively far. That'll work. And see how many of these times the percentages, although I probably shouldn't have pasted it yet now that I think about it. So I'm going to have to do it again. And doing it, I'm going to show you is the following here. Equals if, we'll say this equals, I'll have to choose one or the other. If it equals 1, give me a 1, else give me a 0. And then what you want to do is I want to paste this down to cell 5000, which is half of them. And I've never done the results on here yet. But we're going to see them, and I'm just going to do it this way. And I've got the sum of this here for well, it'll be, normally the sum would go to 5,000. Now with the 2 added rows, it'd be 5,002. Oh, I mean, look how close to 50% that is. I mean, I think that's the way the math should be. Okay, then let's just try this out and go. Let's copy this here and paste this here. 2540. Okay. Let's just see if I go like this. Oh, that's 5,000 now. Okay, well, let me see if I go like this again. H. What am I getting a brain freeze? I got 10,000 rows, so. And it's actually 10,002 now. So if I data sort this, will this 5,000 change to somewhere near 25, give or take, probably like 60 or 70? That's what I'm thinking, which is so damn near close to 50, 51%. Nowhere near 56 or even 54, 53. Okay, moving on. So let's just go to column H, sort ascending, 2468, 32 off. I mean, it's just going to keep going that way. It is just the way that it is, I suppose. But anyway, let me just, I mean, I don't know what the point of doing more is other than, because it's going to take, well, I'll do a few more. And then, okay, it's be just faster to go like this. Except I pasted it in the wrong spot, so, which is an easy fix. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Let's just put it here. And then there again. Yeah. And that hopefully should get me some more information or more. Yeah, this is taking a little longer. Just the repetition basis, it's longer. I knew the spreadsheet would run this faster, and it has. But it's now just the whole manual repetition factor. Because one of my ideas is, okay, let's just run like millions of numbers. So what the heck, 75? What did I sort it by? N or? That's not even in the right spot. I didn't even do, that's because I didn't even do the makes sense. I mean, I should be doing that calculation that equals if one. Didn't do any of that. So then if I just maybe go like this now. And given that this has been taken as long as it is, and I pretty much know I know how these numbers work. I really don't need to do too many more. It's going to be near 25. Yeah, 7 off. It's always going to be that way. To me, I think it's almost mathematically impossible for it not to. I would think. But, I mean, I'll do another one here and see how the results change. And I missed a 0 here. So data sort column N again. 2483. Yeah, it's almost impossible, I think, to take a large sample size of fields that are practically exactly equally weighted, take half of them and have a variance differential of 56, 55% on one side. Even 51% might be impossible, or 52. Anyway, just going over some mathematics, having some fun with computer programming. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.